Well, we're thankful for the win. I know for a team that talked a lot about finishing, we didn't do a great job of that. It's very early in the season, and I have to recognize that there's a lot of growth for our team to make. And it's not that I've been unaware, but we need moments like the second half that define a little bit of reality of where our team is right now. I know everybody gets hung up on the rankings, but I'll say it as the head coach here, we have not earned that yet. Just like every team in the country, in my opinion, has not earned that yet because the sands are shifting in terms of teams getting better, teams adding players, losing players, teams going on losing streaks, winning streaks, figuring themselves out. So for us, I hope that we're mature enough to not accept in victory what we certainly wouldn't accept in a defeat. And we have a long way to go. And so hopefully, like I said, tonight's a night we can learn from.
Coach, just as far as from your primary ball handlers, how do you have them weigh the difference between when to set up the other guys and when to be aggressive with the good one trying to get into the paint?
Well, it's my job to put them in positions with our offense for them to make those decisions. I can't micromanage every choice a guy's making. Guy drives in the lane, I can't be the one that says, spray it to the corner. He's sucked in. They're high-level players that have to figure that out. And, there were some decisions that we made, like every game, that we made the wrong decision. And our job is to show film, try to put them through the paces, the same exact situations in practice. We had a few 3-on-2s or 2-on-1s tonight where, we botched. We turn the ball over, we charge, we take a poor shot. And we've done more 3-on-2, 2-on-1 drills than most teams at this level because we recognize that's an area we got to get better at. And, it didn't show itself in terms of us practicing it and us executing it. But hopefully, like I said, tonight's a night where, our players get served a little dose of reality on, making a better decision.
Chris, you've added 2 players recently and played, about 60 minutes of guys off the bench. Tight game in February. Is that likely to repeat itself, or are you going to have a small rotation?
No, I sure hope that each of our guys continues to improve and gain confidence in themselves as a player. There are a couple guys that didn't play tonight that I have confidence in. We have a lot of talent, and we have to be able to keep improving. Not worry about the outside noise of, hey, coach should play you a little bit more. You're playing in the wrong position. All the extraneous noise that the kids hear, throughout the course of the season. But I don't want to get to the point where we're playing 6 or 7 guys. Absolutely not. We have 7 newcomers, 6 of which, hopefully their career trajectories like this, where they get better and better and better. Sam Williamson in February better be a heck of a lot better than he is in November, and a lot more consistent. We're just not there yet. And it's not just the freshmen, it's everybody.
Chris, do you fault the shot selection when Akron was coming back there in the last 4 or 5 minutes?
A little bit. I think our team got bottled up. Akron's a very physical team. And we talked about that coming in. They've got juniors and seniors and fifth-year seniors, and they've got guys that take a lot of pride. John does a terrific job of being very physical defensively. And, I thought in the first half, man, we scored a heck of a lot of points against a team that I think is really physical on defense. Our shots weren't falling in the second half. And when they weren't falling, we felt bad for ourselves. We felt bad for ourselves, and we didn't give the same effort in defensive areas that we needed to, and that's why the game got close. And so it bothers me, but it's my job as coach to try to fix it and, again, illustrate through film, practice, and the real experience that you just witnessed to our players on how to correct that.
Dwayne Sutton took 3 shots in 32 minutes and yet had a profound impact on the game on both ends. Is he a pretty unique player? Have you coached any guys like him that are good at so many things?
I should just get a recording of it. I really mean that. He's a warrior. He's a warrior. Man, if every guy on our team, had the mindset and disposition of Dwayne, we wouldn't lose a game all year. 100% true.
David was on the court late. What does he bring to the game in situations like that?
Well, a little bit of inexperience. And this is a little scary, but David's extremely talented. He brings great size. And, he understands the game. He can get guys, shots. But he is longer. I don't want to only play our juniors and seniors, when the game hangs in the balance. Those guys got to get experience. And, the times I've been around David and the practices, I trust that he's going to try to make the right decision. He's not perfect. Ran a couple plays wrong. But it's like our whole team, just in a microcosm. Guys got to get better.
Do you see him exclusively as a point guard, or how does he kind of work in there?
He can play both the point guard and the two. David, I think his best attribute is his ability to get his teammates involved, make them better players. He sees the game ahead of most players, and he's obviously adjusting to the speed, but he's talented. And again, defensively, he's 6'5". He's going to have to figure out if he's guarding a one, quickness level, and how to use his length and his athleticism to keep a quicker guy in front of him, but yet still contest the shot. I know the shot was irrelevant, but he blocked that last shot. 6 points down to 3. The kid can't get it off. So David presents some things at 6'5" that other guys just can't at that position.
Did you play against the guard as fast as Jackson?
Seems like
this
it.
year?
Seems like it. Like Chris Likes, the kid Jordan Barnes. Every guy we play is like 5'7", and the fastest guy on two wheels. So it's crazy.
I'm curious about Stephen Enoch and him finishing through the contact, and if there was any concern for that or some type of development you guys are doing for him with that.
I think that Stephen is, he's so big and he's so physical. And please don't think that I'm calling him Shaq, but I remember when Shaq was in college, it was like if he got bumped by an average player of 6'5", 200 pounds, they never call it. And they never call it because it doesn't affect him that much. Where, again, kid Lauren Jackson, sort of gets bumped and he weighs 150 pounds, he falls down, it's a foul. And that's a hard position for referees to be in. My biggest thing with Steve is try to post in that charge circle and try to dunk the ball. Because the more violent you are to the rim, the easier the foul is to see for the official. I think Steve's grown immensely in that area, immensely. Defensively, he's got to be better.
We're a few games into the new three-point line. It doesn't seem like it's affecting your team shooting the ball, but I'm curious about spacing. If you've noticed, are you coaching any differently? Is it the exact same? Is the spacing any different this year?
Spacing for us is difficult in and of itself with our offense. And I knew that would be a little bit of an issue. We're bringing guys together more. If two guys are screening, cutting, you have two offensive players within 3 feet, two defensive players within 3 feet. The game is so much ball screen dominant where, the guy stands in the corner, and they use all that space. And so spacing is something that we have to continue to figure out on the offensive end, and we will. But we're not quite there yet, and that's why, when I've talked to you guys in press conferences and previous ones, I've talked a lot about how just because a shot goes in doesn't mean our offense, is running, smoothly. Times it is, but I think tonight, hopefully in the second half, we'll learn a little bit that we got to do a better job of reversing it, screening, finding a body, slipping a screen, getting better ball movement.
You kind of just answered this. That last 10 minutes, I think you were 2 for 15 from the field, and I guess, does that make it easier to go back to the tape and teach?
Some of them, and I think, Eric, even in the first half, even when we made a couple shots, it was still like, I don't know how great of a look that was. And I'll say 2 for 15. There were probably 2 or 3 shots that were right at the rim. We got to be able to figure out, and I hope that it wasn't because, we were in a tenuous spot and the game was getting closer. But we got to be able to finish a few of them around the basket. An offensive rebounds, not getting it slapped, out of our hands if we bring it down. We just got to be better.
Is that what you kind of attribute to some of the defensive, just guys driving a straight line in and things like that?
Yeah, I think defensively we were still thinking about offense, and that's why I think our team, certainly has a ways to go in terms of maturity, but we're going to get there.
You said earlier that you hadn't earned your ranking. Presumably you will at some point.
But I'll clarify. I don't think anybody has. I just think it's so early that you could put anybody anywhere, and it's so fluid, and games are going to come quick, especially at these holiday tournaments. Teams are going to play 3 games in 4 days, and I just don't want our players thinking we can walk around with sunglasses on like, hey, we're the number 2 team in the country, because that's just a recipe for, to get your tails whooped.
Well, anything you've seen today that influences you one way or the other about your ceiling?
Just every day in practice, I just feel like, we have a lot of guys that can score the ball. We have the versatility to play a lot of different ways. We can play a bigger lineup. We can play 3 quick guys. And we also have a little bit more experience than we did a year ago, and experience in our system, which is extremely helpful.
Last question here. Coach, it seemed like you really made a point to get a lot of guys in and out. You were bringing some subs in 2 and 3 at a time. Was that strategic to kind of get into the legs of the other team? Is that something that you envision moving forward?
Yes, I do want to play. I want to try to even play 10 guys. But it's you also want to get your players in a rhythm. And like I said before, I think a big word for our team over the course of the year will be sacrifice. For some guys it's shots, for some guys it's roll, some guys it's minutes, some guys it's screener rather than cutter. But again, we got a long way to go in that department, but I got good guys in that locker room, and we're going to continue to, get better.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you, guys. Was that better today?